Hi, it's Dallas Piano from DallasPiano.com, equipping entrepreneurs with modern day marketing strategies to help you grow your business. So today, let's talk about blogs and how do you get people to read your content on your blog? How do you get eyeballs on your blog? And what's known in the marketing world, it's called traffic. How do you get traffic to your blog? So just yesterday, I was in a group on Facebook, and a gal says, "Oh, I write these great posts, but nobody comes to my blog. Nobody reads my information, my post. What should I do?" And everyone was giving her great ideas that you have to change this around and that around, and the way the blog is set up. But really, what you need to do is you need to be proactive. You actually have to get your post on your blog out in front of as many eyeballs as you can in cyberspace. So here's some things that I do right after I write a post for my blog. One is I have found a group, a Facebook group, that is in my industry, and everyone in the group is a blogger or blogs in conjunction with everything else. And we all know, if you go in there and you post your blog for today, your post for today in that Facebook group, you will comment on the others in the feed. Okay, so it's guaranteed you're going to have at least two comments on your blog. Sometimes up to 7 or 10. It's a small group. There's probably 120 people in that group, but consistently there's probably 10 people that blog often, like I'm talking 5 times a week to 7 times a week. And then there's another handful of people that blog twice a week, once a week. But we all know if you put your link to your blog in there, to your new post, you're going to comment on everyone else in the feed. So that's the first thing I do after I write a blog post, is I want to get a comment on my post. And why I do that per industry is because I know when somebody in my industry is going to come over and read my blog, she or he does not have to read the whole blog. They get my concept. They can read the title, they can glance at it, scan at it, and they don't have to spend a ton of time reading the content, and they can make a great comment at the end. So I urge you, whatever industry you're in, is get into a group, a small group, 100, 150 people that blog consistently, and get into the swing of, asking people to comment on your blog. So that's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is I send the link to that blog post out to my email list. So, right, we're growing your list, right? So I have a list of 1,000 people. So I write a short, I telling people what the blog is about, kind of grab their attention, and I put the link in. So that all they have to do is click here, and from the email, it'll bring them right to the post on my blog so they can read it. Now, what's great about this is a lot of people don't read their email daily, so it'll be in their email feed, and you may see that people are posting or commenting on your blog later than the actual day that you post your blog post. Okay, so that is a great way to get eyeballs on a post in your blog. So that's number 2. The third thing, obviously, is social media. I post the link to that blog post in my Facebook profile page, in my business page. I'll also go and put the link out in groups where I think there are people that would appreciate that post that I wrote. I'll do that. I'll post it on my Twitter feed immediately. And I'll also post it into LinkedIn, okay? Now, the reason why I do LinkedIn, I don't know if you've noticed, but there is, if you have social sharing buttons on your blog post, you too can use those to share. And it's so convenient. So what I do is I go out of, as the administrator, out of my blog, come back in as, just going to www.dallaspiano.com. I click on the post. Up comes the share feature, and right there I can share it to Twitter immediately, my Twitter, and I can share it to LinkedIn groups that I'm a part of. I mean, this is an incredible time saver. So it's a way to push out your post into social media. So definitely do that. That was a good trick that somebody told me. Also, if you're using Twitter, I suggest you use something like Social Jukebox. That is a way where you can schedule your blog post and add to them as you write them. And I immediately take a new blog post and put it in that queue. Okay, and my blog posts, are set up to go out every hour. You got to remember, Twitter is moving much faster than Facebook, right? It's the feeds are moving faster, so it's okay to put out content almost every hour. So automation is the best way to do it. So that's another thing that I do. Okay, so that's called Social Jukebox. Another way to get your post out in front of people is forums. Join forums. If you're active in forums, eventually you will be allowed to, they want people to provide articles, blog posts for their community, and that's another way to get eyeballs on your post, okay? And then you want to make sure that after each post that you write that there's a call to action. What I write is, if you found this article, this blog post interesting, please share it with people on your Twitter or in your Facebook. So it's another way to push it out so more people can see what you're writing about and come back and comment. There's always a call to action. I also always have a call to action to something of value to my customers, but it's free, because I want to get their email address, their contact information. So I'm always giving something of value out, and in exchange they're giving me their email and contact information to me. So I highly encourage that you do that too. And then one more thing is, you think that nobody's reading your blog posts, but be sure to connect your blog to Google Analytics, okay? I can't remember how to do it. I set it up, years ago, but just Google it. You want to set up Google Analytics to your blog, and then you can see how many visitors are actually coming to your blog on a daily basis. Because you'll be surprised. You may only get 1 or 2 people commenting on a post. You may get a couple of shares. Maybe, you're just starting out, but you can actually see how many people have landed on your blog. And it's surprisingly much higher than the feedback of what is actually the engagement that's going on in your blog. And that's good. That's very, encouraging. So get that set up as well. All right, if you do those 4 things every time you write a blog post, just keep pushing out your content. People are not going to find you just by happenstance. Most of us are not in the first, on the first page of Google with our blog posts. So we actually have to go out and get the post in front of as many eyeballs as possible, and then pull people into us so they can read our great stuff. Okay. That's it for today. Thanks. See ya. Bye.